Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play. Today we're playing This is the Police, and you're with TheMightyBawshoob. Alright, so here now we have to send some officers out to this hit and run situation. In the last episode we talked a little bit about how to play and what the game's all about, so I highly suggest you go back and watch that episode. Right now, I want to point out a couple of things now that we're starting a new episode. Up here in the top, you're going to see the day and the time of where you're at in your tenure now as Chief of Police. If you want to find out why your tenure is running out as Chief of Police, please go back and watch episode 1. Here's going to be the settings for the game, where I'm not going to mess with that. Here's how much money we've earned. Part of earning money is going out and busting crime, apparently, in this game. That's how we're going to earn money. And I have some good officers and I have some bad officers that I need to send out. And this is our first call of the day. It's early in the morning. It's a hit and run at Everyday Mall. A married couple exited a convenience store and saw a van in the parking lot back over a homeless man who's been digging through a trash can. The driver jumped out to help, but once he saw that he'd hit a bum, he got back in the van and quickly drove away. Aw, man. Well, you know, I'm gonna say, I hate to say it, I don't think this is a big priority. Let's send Austin. Just one officer. Not even the best one. Because other stuff might happen. And I'm not sending Price out. Hell no. Alright. Now something else is gonna pop up.
311A in progress.
Last Picture Show Theater. Here we go. Fight. The Last Picture Show Theater. A theater manager reports that during a showing of Citizen Kane, a drunk man attempted to force his way into the theater carrying a snowboard decorated with the word Rosebud. When he was denied entry, he violently attacked the cashier and is currently fighting with the theater's security guard. Yeah, let's send Price. Let's send the old lady. Send the old lady. Here we go. This should be fun. The Mighty Bawshoob likes this. This pleases the Mighty Bawshoob. Oh, it's going to start raining. Interesting. I like how it's the rain on the glass. Hit and run. Oh, here we go. When everything goes well, the police captures the criminal and nobody dies. But the truth is, sometimes the criminals manage to escape. Just try to avoid any dead cops or civilians. Dead cops will hurt your roster, and dead civilians bother the mayor even more than living ones. The offender escaped. Ah, see, she lost some of her cred there. Alright. Price is still out there, running around.
311A complete.
Offender escaped. Officer unharmed. Uh-oh. Civilians killed? What? Price, what are you doing?
910C in progress.
Armed robbery.
311A in
Oh,
progress.
geez, another one popped up there. 3 teenagers armed with a shotgun robbed a videotape store and made off with their whole collection of adult movies. Geez. The criminals fled in a car, but the store manager wrote down the car's license plate. The owner is one, Janet Brown, who lives in the suburbs. Ah, geez. Well, you know, I say we need to send a couple of better officers this time. Let's send these two out and see what they can do. Armed robbery. Geez, that's really bad. Fight. Johnson, Jurgen, and Kat's law firm. A brother and sister clashed with each other over their deceased father's will. According to one of their lawyers, we don't dare separate them, and our security guard is off duty tonight. Geez. Alright, let's send a less experienced officer. Maybe 2. Since it's late in the day. It's getting later in the day, and I still have other people who haven't gone out yet. And I can see these things ticking down, which must tell us when they're going to be done. I can't believe Price shot and killed a civilian.
412A in progress.
Ghetto. Assault ghetto. A passerby saw some teenagers attack an elderly musician, then run away with his guitar and his money. Alright, let's send our next 2 able-bodied officers.
Officer on scene.
When your cops aren't sure how to proceed, they might contact you and ask you to handle the situation. Try to deal with whatever comes up, but don't waste all your time on this stuff. You have plenty of other problems on your plate. The vehicle in question is parked right outside the Brown residence. The sounds of moaning and loud laughter can be heard through the living room window. Oh my gosh. Facepalm. But this does entertain the Mighty Bashoob. Sneak into the house through an open window, knock on the door, open up, police. Turn on the sirens and loudspeaker and shout that the house is surrounded. Let's just tell them to open up.
910C complete.
Yeah, offender caught, officers unharmed. And they get cred for it. Cool. Alright, still waiting.
311A complete.
Here we go. What's going on with the fight? Offender escaped, officers unharmed, and they lose some credit. Jeez. And let's see what goes on with these two. Up into the night, and the light comes on. Wow. Gosh, I'm loving this. The aesthetics are so pleasing in this game, you guys. It's so far, the set design, the sound.
412A.
Offender caught. Yeah, officers unharmed, and they earned some cred. Good job, people. Purdy. Subaki. You guys are good. All right. Good work. Anything else? End of the day. All right, I'm going to click the button. If you think you'll need a couple of extra hands tomorrow, you can order any cop to come in and work overtime. But if they're working flat out, they'll be much more exhausted. Yeah, somebody's bound to make a mistake. All right. End of the day. So what am I doing? Oh, okay, so I'm going to ask people to work tomorrow and people to not work tomorrow. And then I have another shift tomorrow. Oh, okay, wow. Okay, so this makes things a little bit more complicated. So you have to figure out how to balance two shifts. So the Mighty Bashoob, back in his day, used to manage restaurants. And, you know, I had the most people I ever managed was like 30 people. And we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 20 officers. Man, this is even equivocal to my own experience. But I'll tell you, it's hard managing people, real people, let alone digital people. All right, so I don't think we need to tell anyone to work tomorrow because everything seems a-okay. So all these people are nice and healthy and ready to go. Oh man, Beasley, Mosier, Roy, Birch Jr., Birch. Okay, here we go. Grant, Samadi, Robbins, Van Dahl, and Stovall. Look at Stovall. This dude's badass. Okay, so the home must mean it's their day off right now. So, all right. Well then, okay. You know, let's just. Should I make people work tomorrow? I don't think so. Like, let's everyone have a day off. Why not? And we'll have a new shift tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know how to balance this yet.
Used to be when I asked Kendrick to stay late at the office, he liked to grumble and crack wise. Nowadays, he doesn't have the strength for it. Slumped shoulders, blank stare, wrinkled skin. The past few weeks, I don't hardly recognize my old friend. In his younger years, he reminded me of a gallant royal officer in an old Kipling story. Kendrick isn't just crumbling under the weight of the public pressure, but from the shame of it all. Internal Affairs raided the library he inherited from his grandfather, hoping they'd find buckets of cash stashed in the pages. Heard about the look on his face, the fearless policeman standing helpless in horror. I've known Francis for 30 years. The past 20 years he's played loose with the law. And I know that at a certain point every stolen dollar brings more misery than anything else. Probably sounds crazy, but I sympathize with the guy. What can I do? Your friends are your friends, and these are the waters we swim in.
Called all of the people on that list today. Now they know you're in business, so you could get a call from any of them. You don't need to worry about any of them. I've cleared them all.
And what kind of business are we talking here?
It's nothing too serious, just like you asked. Should be just a few small favors. Payments will vary depending on the situation and who you're dealing with. How much are you looking to earn?
$500,000.
$500,000? Why not a whole million?
Because everybody wants to take $1 million. Figured I'd try something different.
$500,000 in 180 days? Well, you could earn it all above board if you netted all the big fish and hit all your bonuses.
Never knew you for a fisherman.
Well, you never got into my business, and I'm not trying to get into yours. But be careful about bringing in any other cops. Sooner or later, they'll put the finger on you. And one more thing, Jack. I remember what you said, but I should probably add one more name to that list. Christopher Sand.
Sand. Christopher G. Sand. Everyone knows the name, but few could tell you who he is. The old man stays away from the spotlight. Always wears old-fashioned jeans and knitted sweaters. Gives to charity. Rarely attends social events. An avid hunter, I hear. Even dabbles in poetry. You'd never guess he's the head of the oldest and most powerful gang in the city. Goes back as far as his great-grandfather. And Sand is strict about following the old rules. He rarely involves himself in commonplace murders and robberies. Hardly needs to intimidate anyone to get his point across. The people who work for him each have their sphere. They provide protection where needed, even work with the authorities when they want to make a deal. Meanwhile, Sand pulls the strings without getting his hands dirty. People sometimes mistake his quiet approach. A couple years ago, an arms dealer decided to expand its business without asking permission, and his whole family paid the price. In 4 weeks, Sand killed 31 people. Old men, women, even a few teenagers. And Sand's people made sure every paper reported it. Frank, I don't want to hear you say that name again.
Jack, please, listen to me. I'm in with these guys.
We agreed, Frank. That's not the kind of business I'm into. I don't go there. Never have, never will.
Checkpoint. All right, so remember we said at the beginning of this particular session that we were going to play a bad cop. It sounds like we have to do it discreetly as the game plays out because he says he's a good guy. Francis Kendrick announces retirement date. Construction of Cinema Museum postponed again. Legendary singer Gennaro Crespo comes to Freeburg. Oh, come on, truck. Or Jeep, or whatever it is. When a police officer is too tired to be effective, he will ask for a day off. Sometimes officers will request days off even when they're at full strength. Some of the reasons you'll hear are far-fetched, while some are very serious. Don't overindulge your subordinates, but don't antagonize them either. Remember that everybody's got secrets, and you've got to make sure these guys have your back. Alright? When I was climbing up the stairs, I started feeling a little dizzy. Can I have the day off? Pfft. No. No, you're good, Grant. Come on in. In addition to their performance ratings, police officers also possess rank. Employees begin at the lowest rank and can be elevated in rank with 1, 2, or 3 stripes. Once a week, you can pass out stripes and improve the rank of any employee. If you think that no one is worthy of honor some week, you can postpone the ceremony until later. Insignias won't go out until your people are ready. Alright, fair enough. Good to know. Employees of rank not only increase in professionalism, but also learn to command. Whenever a ranking officer is on the scene, his or her colleagues are more likely to perform better than usual. Sometimes when cops gets rank, all right, they start thinking more seriously about their service. This can mean less drinking and more time spent on the job. Some of them might even turn out to be dependable. Oh, that's good to know. Stripes. Oh, man. I'm going to wait because I don't know who on this shift deserves stripes. So I'm just going to wait. We're going to start the day. Freiburg isn't one of these cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. It's one of those cities where you listen to what they say or nothing at all. You can always select any song from your collection and play it at any time, just like in real life. Well, the life of your grandfather. What do we have here? Got this record. Oh, wow, we got a ton of records. What do we got back here? Chopin. I don't know what that is. 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 Well, let's start with Chopin. Let's go to the back. Nocturnum in B major, Chopin. Here we go. Let's learn how to hire and fire cops. Yes, please. Gosh, I already know one cop who's getting their ass fired. Alright, affairs. You have a certain number of paid job openings for which you can hire any available applicant. Job slots are separated between officers and detectives. Cop slots 15 out of 16, detective slots 5 out of 6. So, okay, so I get to hire a cop. All right. Let's take, I don't know, oh, jeez. I don't want to hire the best cop because they probably cost more money. Maybe they don't. I don't know, man. This is rough. Let's just hire a cop who's Harold Calhoun, Stephen Marinick. Let's hire this guy. He looks savvy. 250 professionalism, political views unknown. Let's hire him for shift A because I'm gonna fire that old chick who killed a civilian. I'm definitely firing her. That she shot someone and killed them. So I'm gonna need to replace someone from there. Want to free up a slot? Time to fire somebody. You're goddamn right it's time to fire somebody. Shift A, yeah, this one. This old lady, right here. Fired. If you have legal grounds for the termination, no one will ask any questions. You might need to fire them anyway. Legality be damned, but that could land you in an additional proceedings. And your office and your other staff will become more worried about keeping their jobs when they are about actually doing their jobs. Another way to free up a slot is to have a police officer killed, but that's not really a valid option, right? Well, since I said I want to play the bad cop, TheMightyBawshoob might make some tough choices coming up here. Too old. Fire legally. Too old. Failed 3 assignments in a row. Okay. Well, but she shot someone, like... Anyway, she's too old. I'm gonna fire her. What about this guy? Does it give me some options? Yeah, so I can't fire him illegally, so let's close that. We're gonna get rid of Roy, since we hired that other guy. Alright, good to know.
211 in progress.
Here we go, another day. Vandalism, St. John's Cathedral. We received a frightened call from the local cathedral. This morning, the abbot discovered that someone entered the old cemetery during the night. The old yard's tombstones are painted with satanic symbols and some have been broken into pieces. It seems there are even marks from a shovel, but the abbot would say no more. Alright. Let's send Birch Jr. Maybe this will give him a chance to redeem himself. Wow, the clock goes fast.
211 in progress.
Atticus Tower. Vandalism. Businessman Harley Jones, looking out his window, saw 2 teenagers scratching offensive slogans on his new car. Oh man, teenagers, we need to send somebody who's young and fast, and then maybe somebody who's old. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to get a report back here in a minute. Oh man. I didn't know the guy was still there. Eddie's Burgers. Eddie's Burgers. A waitress named Malia reports that she just served a chicken Eddie and a Diet Coke to a dangerous criminal who she'd seen on television just this morning. The culprit is sitting at the window eating a burger. Alright. We need to send Stovall. And let's send a inexperienced officer. Here we go. Ah, man, the offender escaped. Jeez, you guys, come on. What kind of a ship are we running here? I just was wondering what that 2 is.
1210 complete.
The waitress had mistaken retired officer Frank Nero for the fugitive in question. Well, that's the way it goes. Here we go. King Louis nightclub. Mr. Boyd, my bouncer stuffed himself with Mexican food again, and now he can't get off the can. Meantime, the line outside the club is stretching around the block. We need someone outside who can tell the cool guys from the punks. Let's send Robbins. Make some money today. Gotta bring in some money somehow. If we have to make money, gotta do it somehow. Christopher G. Sands Ice Arena. Alright, what do we got going on here? An anonymous call just came in. A clown carrying balloons at the skating rink is selling crack to teenagers. Are you serious? Send that guy. Send that guy. Send the 2 young guys. Something else might come up before the end of the day. Yep, see, here it is. Fleet Street, suicide threat. A naked man carrying a canister of gasoline has threatened to set himself on fire unless his favorite chewing gum becomes popular again. Oh, man. Send Stowell, and let's send Birch, just in case we can maybe up his cred by Stowell being there. So, no, I don't want to send Birch. Oh, yeah, send Birch, not Birch Jr., because he screwed up. We're going to send the real Birch. All right, there we go. Oh, got a report. Sorry, Chief, but I quit. Wow. In one night, I pulled in more cash than I earned in a month working at this dump. Mr. Sorkin said he wouldn't mind taking me on. I guess I just wasn't cut out to be a cop. Wow, he quit. That's awesome. I mean, it sucks, but that's cool. You send them to try to do something, and then they quit on you. That's cool. Alright, thanks for your help. Yeah, so we made some money. Now we need to hire someone. I wanted to hire this guy before. And okay, all right. Let's hire Sasha Strong because she looks like she knows what's up. We need a good experienced officer. She's probably fast. Hire her for shift A since that one dude quit. All right.
Officer on scene.
As police arrive, a clown is seen making balloon animals for the kids. Take the clown into the ice and round up any witnesses. Carefully watch the clown from the stands. Cover up in a raincoat and pretend to be an illicit customer. No, let's just carefully watch the clown.
1111.
They got him. Excellent work, guys. Good work. And the officers that already had some experience are now better officers.
411.
All right, perfect. Oh, got another report here. Good, and they caught the suicide threat offender. And it upped Birch's cred and Stovall's cred, which is good. All right. Looks like it's the end of the day now. which is a good place for us to stop. This is TheMightyBawshoob. You're watching Let's Play. This is the police. I'm having a lot of fun with this game, you guys. It's really a great game. I'm highly recommending it. There's going to be a link down below so you can pick it up yourself. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, leave some posts in the comments, and we'll see you next time.